What's up, everybody? Welcome to
What's
another
up, everybody?
episode.
Welcome to another episode.
Oh, we got some feedback.
We got some
Is
feedback.
that your side?
Is that your side?
I don't hear anything.
I hear a little bit of
I hear a
feedback.
little bit of feedback.
Well, we have Lindsay.
We have Lindsay.
Introduce yourself while I try and fix it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay Holland. I'm 24 years old. I'm originally from Michigan. I just moved to Alabama about a month ago. I have been reselling for about 6 to 7 months now, primarily women's clothing. I've dabbled into men's a tiny bit, but primarily women's clothing, tops, dresses, and jeans.
Is it not working?
Everything looks fine on my end. I don't really see anything.
Okay, no worries.
So
I'm gonna fix my mic.
mic.
Went out for just a second. Do you want to tell people the difference? We're gonna start. I want to go over the difference when we started going full time.
Okay. So I started my eBay store in September, but I was limited to 10 items, of course. So I feel like October was the first month I really started listing and sourcing a lot. So I lived in rural Michigan in a little super tiny town. The population was probably like 3,000 or something. I only had one Goodwill. That was the only thrift store within like an hour of me. So sourcing was very difficult. I did drive across the state to Grand Rapids to source a lot because that's where my family lived. So I did some sourcing there, but primarily sourcing in a little rural tiny town. It was kind of difficult. So I moved to Mobile, Alabama a little over a month ago, and sourcing is a lot different now because it's a lot more populated. There's just a lot better brands, so many thrift stores. And I'm also going to have garage sales available to me because in the winter in Michigan, that was not a thing, and possible retail arbitrage. I could do now. So yeah.
Awesome. So what are you most excited for in your new area? Because you now have garage sales, retail arbitrage, and more thrift.
Right now, I mean, probably more thrift. I'm still exploring all of the thrift stores. I've been to maybe like 5 or 6, and there's like probably up to 15. So just checking them all out and seeing what is available. I haven't been able to find like a nice part of town yet to kind of explore the thrift stores there, but I'd say primarily thrift stores right now.
Since you started, as what you buy change?
For sure. I was buying a lot of mall brands before because that's what was available to me. Now the quality of what I'm sourcing has gone way up, and I'm able to source items with a higher sale price, which is nice.
Do you potentially have headphones?
No, not ones that I can talk with that plug into here.
I wonder why there's echo. There's echo on my side. You're gonna have to do most
talking.
Okay.
Let's see. So can you walk us through your schedule? I know I've asked you this before, but now that you've been selling full time for a while, I want to see what your day looks like.
My day's a little bit different every day, but for today, I woke up and I had coffee and breakfast, and then I got some items listed. I normally list in the afternoon, but I'm going to try to start listing in the mornings now. Once that was done, I got ready for the day and I did my shipping. After that, I went sourcing. Today was a really quick sourcing trip, only like an hour, but I usually spend like 3 to 4 hours at least when I go out sourcing, sometimes longer. After sourcing, I came back. I did a video on my channel, and then I ate dinner, and now I'm here. And I'll probably list more tonight. I need to get like a more rigid schedule, but usually thrifting, or no, usually I'd like to have it listing, shipping, thrifting. And then after like 5 p.m., I don't work.
And I wanted you to try listing in the morning. How was that?
It was good. Usually I have been listing after I thrift, and I've noticed like when I'm at the thrift store, all I think about is how I need to get home and get things listed so that my store stays active. So when I got it done first thing in the morning, it was good to just get it done with, and then my head was kind of clear when I was sourcing, and like that's my main priority. So to get it done first thing in the day, I just felt really accomplished and I liked it.
Do you have any reseller like friends that you hang out with locally?
I don't. We just moved here, and it's been really hard to meet anyone. So I would love to meet people in Alabama or Mobile. That would be awesome. I'd love to, like, I don't know, have a meetup or something.
Is it not pronounced mobile?
It's I called it Mobile so many times before I moved here, but it's Mobile.
Mobile. It's not even spelled that way.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So, do you feel like, do you see competition around you? There's a lot more stores to shop from.
I haven't seen a ton of resellers. And when I go out, I'm surprised at the brands I find. I feel like they should be picked up pretty quickly. And I know before I moved here, I was told that you have to, like, there's not good sourcing here. You have to drive quite a ways. But I found really good sourcing. So maybe everyone's sourcing outside of Mobile and I'm still in Mobile. But I mean, for me, it's good. I don't see a ton of competition.
So we had talked about breaking up your time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you scared of? I would recommend that you source 25 hours and list 15 hours. What do you think?
I usually only source right now Monday through Friday, so that'd be 5 hours a day. That would be, it'd be a lot. I mean, it'd be possible. I have to find more thrift stores to go to. And then if I spent, a couple hours listing every day, that's totally doable and easy.
Okay. What about your personal brand and your YouTube channel? Are you still working on that?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel where I talk about reselling. I do a lot of hauls and like what sold videos. I don't know, they're my favorite to do. They're just kind of casual and I can chit chat with everyone in the live chat. And yeah, I also have an Instagram that I should be way more active on, but I'm working on it. And that has probably been my favorite part of reselling, is just sharing my experience and talking to everyone. So yeah, I love my YouTube channel.
I also have an influencer call at 2:30 on Mondays that you can join. So that should be super exciting.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm planning on joining that. That's probably the one that I'm most interested in.
I don't know
the call that I'm most interested in.
Sorry, guys, for the comments. Let's see. Well, if you guys have any questions, because I know it's difficult for Lindsay to go full time, and it's a struggle, definitely, especially without help. So, are you looking to potentially hire a helper yet?
Not yet. Right now, I mean, I'm able to handle everything pretty well. Sometimes I wish I had like a personal assistant. I mean, I'm sure everyone feels that way sometimes, but I feel like maybe if I was spending so much time sourcing, it got to the point where I had too much to list and not enough time to list it, maybe I would hire someone. But for right now, I don't see myself hiring anyone anytime soon.
Can I have you log out and log back in?
Yeah. Let me see if I can figure it out. Okay.
All right, we're going to try it again, guys. Sorry, there's an echo. I don't know whose side it's on, and hopefully we can make it go away. But this is a really important topic where I want to get people to understand that it is pretty challenging to go full-time, especially without a little bit of help, in my opinion, because it's just a lot of work. Like for me to go from now I have one full-time person, it's totally different. That's why I think people who have a full-time husband and wife team, those guys super kill it because they just have so many more hours than people who are dedicated. Lindsay, you're back. Hopefully there's no echo this time.
Okay. Yep. I hope it's better.
Hey, it sounds way better.
Okay, good.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Mo's in the chat recommending that we both log out and log back in, and we did so. Now it looks like it's crispy. Great. So let's talk about goals. I'm going to put you on the spot here. So like, What about listing goals per week? Have you thought about that?
I'm looking more at per day and then per month. So every day I like to list between 15 and 20 items to try to increase my total amount listed by 300 listings. I'm thinking once I get to 1,800 to 2,000, like that's where I'm going to want to be. So I'm just trying to get there as fast as possible right now.
So increasing by 300, that's like 6 months.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get to 1,800 by eBay Open.
Okay.
It'll be a challenge, but
Awesome. Then I get to meet you at eBay Open. Should be a lot of fun this year. Have you been before?
I've never been. We wanted to go last year. It didn't really make sense for us to go though, and we never went. So, but I'm very excited to go this year. I'm going with my mom because she has a store too, and yeah, I'm so excited to go and meet everyone. And I love Las Vegas, so
Is she still in Michigan?
yeah, my mom's in Michigan.
So when you guys were in the same state, did you guys ever work together? Was it easier having her in town?
Well, before I had my own store, I actually started out listing for her. So we would go sourcing together, and then I take a bunch of bins back to my house and list them for her. And that's kind of how I got into it. And then I started my own store, and ever since then, we've kind of been separate because if we have extra time, we just work on our own store.
That's awesome. So I have to ask you, do you sell a lot of women's clothing?
Well, that's pretty much all I sell, yeah.
So do you think it would make sense for you to get home, do an Instagram haul and YouTube haul at the same time? Have people message you in DM. Hopefully you can sell a couple of pieces, then post on both platforms, or what do you think is the full way? Because you actually understand girl clothing.
Well, I love shopping and I love clothes and shoes. So yeah, I haven't done any Instagram lives, so that would be something different. I have way more followers on there than I do on YouTube, so maybe I should give that a try. No one's ever bought anything off my hauls before, but usually that is the kind of rhythm that I get to is thrift, haul video, list.
I'm gonna link your channel in the description now so people can follow you. But
Okay.
I'm really curious about doing an Instagram and YouTube haul, like as the schedule, like it's all one thing. Does your store match your username?
My store, no. My eBay store is the same as my Poshmark too. It's shop LNH. And my Instagram is at Lynn's Holland Resells.
What is your YouTube channel so I can pull it up?
My YouTube channel is just my name, Lindsay Holland. I have two of them, so they both might show up.
And are you gonna do both your? I think you have a beauty channel also. Is that part of your weekly schedule?
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of crazy. I'm prioritizing YouTube over that, or I'm prioritizing eBay and reselling over that channel. I just kind of got back into it, making videos for that. So I did just kind of make a new weekly schedule for myself, and I set aside time to work on that channel and film videos and everything for it. So hopefully I'll have 2 to 3 videos a week on that channel and like 3 to 4 videos a week on my reselling channel.
Awesome. It's so much to do. So much to do.
Yeah.
So, what about like boyfriend time, time that you're not eBaying? Is that all built into your new schedule?
Yeah, so my plan is whenever he gets home from work, which is usually like 4:15, I stop working, and that way we can have dinner together, we go to the gym together, go shopping, whatever we do. Try to focus on spending time with him and not being on my phone and not listing.
Is he supportive?
Oh yeah, he thinks it's cool. I mean, he's one of the most supportive out of everyone. And when everyone else says you should get a real job, he doesn't say so. So I appreciate that.
That's cool. Yeah, it's good to have it's good to have support. And does he offer any help?
Occasionally, I feel like I'm too OCD right now. I mean, I feel like if I did have anyone help me, I would have him help me first before I actually like really hired someone. He, when I take pictures, sometimes he'll like spin the mannequin for me so I don't have to do it, but that's about the extent that he helps.
let's see. So, what would you have him do next besides spin the mannequin? What would you have him help you with, you think?
Um, Probably take pictures and then do full listings.
Wow. But definitely pictures first. Is he in tune to like different collars and cuts and sleeves?
No, he he knows nothing. So I listing for him might be more difficult, but I think for sure pictures would be easy for him.
Do you explain it to him when you're together, like what you're wearing? Because like now I'm starting to ask.
No, but maybe I should. I mean, he doesn't really care or notice, I think so.
I think guys are pretty straightforward. I don't think we know too much other than, if it's simple or complicated looking. Girls definitely dress up for other girls.
I agree.
Um, cool. So now you kind of have a new schedule, you have a new area. And then what are you doing right now to optimize your listings? Do you have time set aside where you change titles or descriptions or shipping policies? What are you doing to improve your store as it is?
I need to be better about that. Back in December, before my life got super crazy, I was taking time every day to go back and tweak my old listings, make sure all my shipping and other policies are up to date. So I've kind of started doing that, but that's probably what I would do at the very end of the day is just take my last hour or so and just go back and update listings.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's something you definitely want to build into your schedule because each time, especially now with Poshmark, I feel like
Mhm.
when I go back and change quantities and so it'll sell on Poshmark and it'll make me wonder why.
Mhm.
Look at the title and see if it's different. And it's making me think that I need shorter titles. Because the shorter title is required on Poshmark. You only have 50 characters, and sometimes I'm too lazy to fill it up, and it's still selling. So I don't know. I'm torn between the shortest title with all the keywords, just the main keywords, or adding more to increase the traffic, but maybe they won't convert. I don't know. What are your thoughts on title?
I am in the habit of cramming as many keywords into a title as possible. So when I did start listing a lot on Poshmark, that was a challenge to like, because I feel like all the words are critical. So to like figure out which ones to cut out. So I usually just stick to the brand, size, what it is, and like maybe a color. Or if there's like a specific detail that I think would be like a good selling point, I'll put that in. But I feel like on Poshmark, the title doesn't matter as much as the like item specifics. I feel like people search that more.
Hmm. Do you have cute packaging?
Yeah, I have like pink poly mailers.
Wow, that's awesome. So I'm trying to figure out what I should do because my poly mailer game is super weak, and that's the only reason why I don't have a perfect rating on Poshmark because I keep getting dinged for the packages not being pretty.
Oh.
So I get a lot of compliments on them. They're packed safely, but
Hmm.
I ship usually one day, but they're just not cute. So I'm trying to figure out should I put a sticker on it because I don't really want to go pink poly mailers, but I don't know. I'm trying to
I
decide.
feel like, well, I Poshmark I feel like recommends like ribbon and tissue paper and like a little handwritten note, and I'm like, I don't have time for that. Like I feel like I don't do enough with my pink poly mailer, but I mean, my reviews have been fine, so it's probably enough.
Yeah. What about sharing? What's your Posh strategy?
Um, for me, the 30-minute method works best. I kind of dabbled around with just sharing my closet, like whenever I had a free minute, just going through and share every single one of my listings. And I found that whenever I did the 30-minute method, I actually had more sales. So I just stick to doing that 2 or 3 times a day.
So for those that don't know what that is, do you want to go over just the outline of it?
Yeah, so you start off by sharing 30 items in your closet, and then you list 3 brand new items. You follow all of your followers, and then I go to like the new follower or the new account tab, and I follow a bunch of fresh closets and freshly joined people, and I follow a bunch of Posh ambassadors. That's not in the thing, but I do that too. And then you go through your notifications and just share back to everyone that shared to you.
And then you have to list 3 items, right? Is that the
Yeah. Yep. I do that after I share 30 items.
So do you have 1 or 2 sales a day on Posh? Do you know?
Not right now. Yesterday I had 2 sales, but that's not consistent every day. I only have 160 listings on there right now. So I feel like it comes in waves. Like all of a sudden I'll get a bunch of sales and then it'll be dead for a couple days.
Do you think you average? The reason why I ask is the 30-minute method, in my opinion, the theory behind it is you can make a grand a month because
Mhm.
like 3 items, if they're $10 profit each, that's 30 something dollars per day times 30 days is about a grand. Do you feel like you're at that stage with Posh?
No, last month I only had a little over $300 in sales on Poshmark. So definitely not there yet. But that would be nice, an extra $1,000 a month.
Did you do the 3 every day?
I try to. Or what do you mean? Like the three, do it
Three
3 times or
listings every
3 listings?
I'm sorry, the 30-minute method, you do it every day.
Not exactly every day. I try to.
So I heard that. I heard the 30-minute method, and I was like, okay. In theory, the 30-minute method is supposed to do $1,000 per month. So I don't $1,000 a month is a week for me. So I'm like, let's try $10,000 a month. So I'm gonna do 30 a day, and I'm gonna share my closet morning, afternoon, evening, right? So I'm like, I'm totally poshed out right now. Actually, my eBay store shrunk in half because I've been focusing so much on Poshmark, just because I wanted to see if it's possible. And I 100% believe that it is possible. Like if you did the 30-minute method every single day, you would make $1,000 unless like you weren't following or your items are priced too high. Like if you price them reasonably, I do believe that will work, but I think it takes about 2 or 3 months because you need to be at hmm, I'd say probably 250 items on Posh. When you're 250, you should have 1 to 2 sales a day. You're gonna be right at that buck, or maybe even 3 sales a day, maybe 2 to 3 sales a day with 250. And at that level of closet, it's pretty easy to share at least once a day, which is fine. I recommend the morning, but I don't know. I'm not a Posh expert yet. But after 250 listings, it starts to get really hard. Sharing takes a long time. Keeping up with the listings is a little bit hard. There's a lot of customer service. There's a lot of people who ask for trades. Trades. Will you model this for me? And I can never do that. So I guess that's easier for me because I always say no. Um, but I always just take the picture. I'll take one more picture outside or on the mannequin if they want somebody to model it. And I try my best. But jeans is hard. And it's like never worth my time to put it on the jean model or on the legs. I don't know.
Right, yeah. I don't have too many questions yet, but yeah, I get a lot of trades. And I just say like, no, I'm sorry, because I mean, I've tried to like search and buy stuff on Poshmark, but I don't know, I haven't really found anything. So I just say, no, thank you.
How do you buy on Poshmark?
I search by the brand that I want to look at, and then I narrow it down by size, and I just scroll through.
Wow. So you do shop like more generic, looking for something that's cute or that's in trend, or how do you?
Yeah, I mean, if I know the specific name of something I'm looking for, then I'll search that. But usually I just search general.
So let's say an example, like what do you normally wear? What brand would you pick up? You think?
Lately on Poshmark, I've been searching like free people.
Okay, so if you search free people, do you
Mhm.
then go to a category, or you just that's it?
I'd probably go to tops.
Oh, you would go to tops.
Hmm.
That's my least favorite, Lindsay. Tops are my least favorite, but yeah, I guess that does make sense. Free People makes a lot of dresses and tops that are ridiculously popular.
Hmm. And for me, I feel like buying jeans or pants is like hard to get your right size, and tops are like, I don't know, just easier.
Mm-hmm. I got you. Kim is asking, how do you leave a love note? Yeah, you have to buy something, and then you have to leave a comment as well as a rating in order to get a love
Mhm.
note.
Yeah, I think it has to be a 5-star rating too.
I think it has to be a 5-star rating for it to show up. I'm not sure if it needs to be a 5-star for it to work, but I definitely tried it. Um, Giving a 4-star because I bought a pair of boots. It was supposed to be women's boots, and it was kids' boots. So I changed it to a 5-star rating and a negative comment so that it would show up because people can't see negative comments on Poshmark, which I think I'm actually not sure how I feel about that. What do you think?
So does Poshmark go through and like scan all of them or flag them, whatever, if they're negative? Is
No,
that what you're saying?
but like they don't scan it, but you can't tell if somebody's good at selling or not. You don't have no idea.
Yeah. And you mentioned yesterday, like if you're a Posh ambassador, there's no way the buyers know. So it's like, what's the point?
Right,
So
nobody knows. Nobody knows that you're a Posh ambassador. That's why people put it in their banner. Are you gonna have a
yeah.
special banner or a special profile picture? What do you think?
I just use like my Instagram picture, my Instagram profile picture on Poshmark. Um, and I don't have like a fancy banner or anything. I just keep it
Hmm.
pretty neutral.
I wonder if what if I used your picture instead of my picture? I wonder if it would do better because Poshmark's mostly women. I'm starting to add mostly women stuff. I don't know if they're comfortable buying from a guy. I don't know.
I don't
What do
know.
you
I
think?
mean, I don't pay attention to the seller that much. I don't think on Poshmark.
Do you care like if it was a free people top? Do you care if it's from a guy or not?
No, I think probably because I'm a reseller and I know other people are resellers too. So I would probably get it that they're just selling clothes.
Let's see here. Oh, let's see. Mike is asking, eBay won't let you leave a negative comment either. That's true. You're not supposed to as a positive. Like I left a you can't leave a negative feedback as a seller, but
Hmm.
I've put like sellers beware, this buyer sucks in the in the comment. And it does get it can be removed if eBay did it. And I was really annoyed because they took 10 days to let me know they weren't interested. And I just don't it's annoying because you might as well that's just like a weird that's an insulting reason. You just let me know right away if you're not interested, not 10 days later when the unpaid item case is about to close.
Right.
Let's see. You wouldn't care if it was a man or woman, you would still buy based on the item. I agree. Ashley ignores trade questions. I used to troll people and put like, I'll trade your money for my item, but now I don't do that anymore because it's not nice. So, I don't know what else to put. I guess I just put no or ignore it. But I want a better answer. Trade?
Yeah, because I just say no, I don't do trades or no, thank you.
I want to understand the trading philosophy because so I saw a Louis Vuitton bag that was priced at $3 and it said
Hmm.
trade only.
Hmm.
So what does that mean? Does that mean that if I buy it, I have to trade something of equal value, or can I trade some socks for that bag? You know what I mean? Like, how do you determine
Right.
how to even do a trade? Like, I want to try one. It's on my bucket list to try one trade, but I don't know what I would trade.
Yeah, I don't know. Does Poshmark regulate the trades or is it something they do kind of on their own? Because I've never done one, so I don't really know how it works.
I don't know. I feel like if you trade, they can only cover you for the cost of the transaction, right? So it's almost
Right.
like you would have to both buy the same item, which doesn't make sense because you have to pay 20% fees. You both pay 20% fees. I don't know. That's not something that I'd want to do. Maybe people can explain.
Yeah.
You only want to trade. I guess you could only trade up. I could try that.
Hmm.
Hmm. Oh, so Ashley says it has to be 5 stars to be a love note. So you can't leave somebody a discouraging comment like this item sucks and still expect to get your love note quotient.
Yeah.
Um, just say sorry, not accepting trades at this time. That's way too polite. That's not my style. I wouldn't say that. Let's see. Do you feel that sending offers to people who liked your items helps sales? Last night I sent 900 um offers to likers and I had $500 in sales in like 8 hours. So it definitely works. But actually, there's no way it wouldn't work because there's people who are interested in your item. You give them a better deal, there's a good chance they'll buy.
Yeah.
Like,
When that first rolled out the first couple weeks, I had really good luck with it. And then
yeah,
since then it's kind of been slow. I found people that they will add one item to a bundle and just kind of wait for you to send them an offer. but then they counteroffer lower. I don't really like that.
I know.
I
I
feel like
want to put
they're
up.
manipulating.
Do you have any signs on your store, like
I
explaining what to
don't.
do? I want to make a sign that says, "Don't be passive aggressive. Don't add your shit to a bundle. Just offer me something." Because like I don't know what that means. Like I don't know if I should be waiting for you to add another item to the bundle, right? It's like
Hmm.
it's such a passive aggressive way to that's like writing a note to a girl in class instead of just asking her out. It's too weak in my opinion. Like it's not a good look. I don't know.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out the strategy when it comes to best offers. Hmm. I guess $1 less when they add to a bundle. I'll just consistently do that. Listen for 99, they add it to a bundle, I'll offer 98. You can also call them out on Poshmark and you can't on eBay.
How so?
Like you can tag on the item at that person's name and like kind of DM them.
Oh, I see.
So you can be on there and be like, "Hey, at Charlie, these shorts would look really good on you. Look based on your style or something." I don't know. I'm trying not to be creepy, but that could be a way to start a conversation with people.
Yeah.
Let's see. You bought 5 sellers, all items that had holes in them. The customer service is pretty awesome. Agreed. Customer service for Poshmark is great. I sent somebody 2 left feet, and they paid for return shipping, and I asked the lady to rebuy a different listing. So basically, I had to refund the initial one. They paid for shipping both ways. I sent her the right shoe. She sent me one left shoe. You got taken care of really quick.
Hmm.
Oh, people use it as a placeholder to remind them of the items. That's true. On Poshmark, I have tons of multiple orders, way more than eBay. But I don't know if that's because people think it's your own closet. I don't know.
Right.
Do you
Well, I think
sell a
that's
lot of your
how.
own stuff? Go ahead.
When I first started reselling, I kind of cleaned out my closet and got rid of a lot.
Hmm.
Um, I need to go through. I think my shoes. I need to go through and get rid of a bunch of them. But I've only listed like a couple things that are my own.
I would love to understand girl shoes. Maybe I need to do a haul with you so you can explain to me all the shoes that I have because I'm just like heels, flats, pumps, I think. Like I have no idea. I know kitten heels now. I did learn kitten heels. I know scallop flats. I think
Okay.
scallop ballet flats look pretty cool. Like they seem to sell well. My girlfriend just bought the shoes with the cat on the front. I don't know why those sell for so much money. I don't get it. Those are like hundreds of dollars.
I don't get it. I'm not a cat person, so maybe that's why I don't get it. But they're
She's not
trendy.
a cat person either. She's a dog person. She just likes the cat on the front of her shoes. It makes no sense. Um, Posh doesn't cover trades at all per their policies. Oh, good to know. Good to know. I've seen people change their username to no trades. I feel like that's a horrible way to start your relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
maybe you can say all trades, or just to start a conversation, trades welcome is your name. And then people are like, "Oh, how about this?" And you're like, "I will trade you 4 items in your closet for 1 item in my closet if you pay shipping both ways." And if you start on that, maybe they'll just say like, "Oh, I get it. This guy, you know, trying to crush me." I don't know. Let's see. If you cross post from eBay to Poshmark and you sell your item, do you quickly go and delete the item from the other platform? What do you do for cross posting?
I go over right away and delete it.
Yep. Me too. So I've had 170 sales on on Poshmark, and during the same time, with the same items, I had 300 sales on eBay. So it's a huge waste of time, kind of. I wish there was a program that could end it automatically. I actually think I can
Mhm.
figure it out. All I need to do is figure out what Bonanza does, because Bonanza, when something sells on Bonanza, it automatically ends it on eBay. I'm not having the issues that people have. When something sells on Bonanza, it ends it on eBay. So I want to figure it out at least one direction, because right now I'm getting notifications on both apps and I hate notifications. So if I could figure out how to make it work, or if the guys at Vendu in Maryland could put together their app, or whoever, there's another company called Sellhound working on it. Somebody please make that tool so that we can not get so many emails. It's crazy. Poshmark is a great place to source items. Have you tried that?
I've gone through a little bit, but it's usually like if I find a $3 item, it's the paying the $6, $7 shipping usually isn't worth it. So I haven't been able to successfully source anything.
Got you. I got two. I'm 2 for 2. I got a nice Lulu piece for 20 that hopefully I can sell for 60. I might keep it. And then a pair of Sorel boots that was supposed to be kids. I mean, a women's. I bought a pair of women's Sorel boots for 5, and they're
Hmm.
brand new, but they ended up being kids Sorel boots. Still okay because I paid $12, but I feel like Todd in the chat is right because it's like people getting rid of their closet. They don't even necessarily need the money. They're just trying to get rid of it, find a new home. The community aspect of Poshmark's pretty interesting. Hmm. There is also a lot of dude stuff. So it's not just women's. I've sold blazers, I've sold suits. You guys can go into my closet and look at the soles if you guys want to see what kind of stuff sells for both genders, but everything sells on both platforms. Let's see. Whoever creates that app for cross posting will be an instant millionaire. I'm not sure about that. There's a lot of clothing sellers only sell on one or the other. I don't know a lot of people who post on both. Do you see that?
Mm, I feel like maybe a lot of influencers post on both. I feel like that's mainly what you see on Instagram and YouTube. Um, but I'm not sure. I don't know. For me, I feel like most people do cross post, or they eventually want to
Hmm.
cross post.
Got you. Let's see. You love how a lot more of men are on Poshmark now. I think that the name is very girly. I actually thought it was Poshmart until I started. Poshmark doesn't make sense to me. It's not intuitive. Obviously now it's a big company and you recognize it, but as a dude, I don't intuitively go there. It's not
Right.
natural at
Well, I
all.
don't think most men intuitively do any shopping.
That's true.
So,
That is true. Most
yeah.
men. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to um be more in the posh community, but I feel like I just need to be more fashionable. I don't know. The guys I see on the posh blog, they're like dressed very dapper. So I wonder if I really need to fully embrace that to get into it.
Yeah, I mean, eBay resellers and Posh resellers are very different. I feel like they're, I don't know, just more intense, like into
That's
their
true.
reselling. I don't know.
Because I have been almost exclusively wearing Lululemon. Sounds ridiculous, but I'm just trying to get into it. I want to know why do women wear Lululemon, and it's actually really high quality. I'll tell you that most of my Lulu stuff looks exactly the same as when I bought it, and that's very weird. I don't know how it's able to hold its value and quality. I don't know. It's very cool. A lot of cross-posting software is overpriced and complicated, except for Joe Lister, but that's only FBA to eBay. Again, for people who are wondering if it's against eBay policy to cross-post, it is not. So, like, I just posted a video before this one. I recorded the call. I called eBay. I was like, "Is it against the rules?" They're like, "No." People list on Amazon, eBay. People list on Poshmark and eBay, Etsy on eBay. It doesn't matter as long as you don't have too many defects. You're going to be just fine. So, also don't say buy it on Poshmark because it's $6.95 for shipping instead of $15.95 for shipping on eBay because Poshmark has a heavy shoe discount. So I recommend if you guys are getting started on Poshmark, sell something heavy because there's a big advantage over eBay. So you can actually sell an item for $50 on Poshmark and $50 on eBay and make more money on Poshmark even though the fees are higher. So just do your math, see what platform is best for you. But eBay for boots, especially like Sorel or duck boots or rain boots or whatever girls are into. Like I'm selling tons of UGG Cardi boots, which are like the knit boots. That's like girl
Mhm.
fire. So you guys need to go pick those up. Let's see. How am I getting in the Lulu? I'm just wearing exclusively Lulu, except for this shirt. I'm just supporting Zach Rosas on Instagram by buying his stuff. But I like to wear influencer stuff. I like to support other people's channels. So, like Lindsay, if you come out with some guy apparel, I'll rock it for you.
Okay, thanks.
And then, yeah, that plus, Lulu's they make great stuff. Clarence Ninja's asking a good question. Are there any new clothing items that increase in value over time? What do you think?
I don't know if it's technically clothing, but like Louis Vuitton and Chanel bags, if you keep them
Yeah.
in really good condition, they'll go up in value because the retail price goes up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thrift and Drift says that Mercari is only 10% in fees for lots. Have you tried it?
I have sold a little bit on Mercari. I'm not very active on there because I prioritize eBay and Poshmark. But yeah, the 10% fee is nice, but I feel like only cheaper things sell. I haven't really sold any high dollar items on there.
Nice. U-Haul says if you're not home to pick up the item from one of their drivers, it's $3.50 to pick up at the post office. Yeah. I'm really interested right now in seeing the multi-platform reseller. I really like it. I think that also, Lindsay, I may also challenge you to send in a couple of FBA shipments. Eventually, you don't have to do it forever, but just like Mercari, I think that when you just learn how to do a different platform, it helps all your platforms. And eventually you can just focus. So as much as I love Poshmark right now, I still like eBay more. It's still my
Yeah, I
favorite.
like the idea. I like the idea of FBA because I mean you can kind of just send it in and then you're done, and the money just comes in after that.
Mhm.
It's totally different though. So, but I do think it's something I want to try. I don't know if I want to like really get into it, but I think trying it would be good.
Got you. So let's talk about a couple more things when it comes to schedule. When you list, do you block out times like a longer period of time? Do you do short spurts? How do you organ? Do you move? Do you take a bunch of photographs and then list, or what's your process look like?
I mean, I'm only listing 15 to 20, and that doesn't take very long. I usually just do it all at once. I do all my photographs right in a row, and then I just list them. It probably take like 2 hours.
Do you list on or you list 100% on a computer?
Um, I would like to. Since I started cross posting, I started taking pictures on my phone. So I do the listing on the computer and then I add the photos on my phone and make it live on my phone. I
Mm,
think I'm gonna try the Dropbox, so that all my pictures show up on my computer because I prefer listing everything from my computer.
I agree. I still don't have a clean way of getting my photos onto the computer. It's okay, but it's like the process is not that seamless. And somehow I'd like it to be easier, but I know I'll try to figure out how to get photos over because I too am doing the same thing. My list here um, adds the photos from the phone. It's just for him, it's faster because he has to pre-package the item. So just to give you an idea, for $2, he lists completely on Poshmark, drafts it in eBay, uploads the photos. While the photos are loading in eBay, since it takes a long time, he packages the item so that he can put it back in here. So I'm switching to all prepackaged for $2. And I think in your area, hopefully you can get it for a little bit less, like 150. But at 50 a day, which is what my photographer is doing, it's worth it for him not to look for other jobs. When I was doing less than that, people would just lose interest after a while. Even if they were good, they're like, this is not that much money. But if you can get it big enough so that they can make a decent side income or side hustle, then much easier than you get a much higher quality person than a person that just comes in once a week. That's very hard.
Yeah.
I think it's Susan asked, what's a great way to learn women's clothing?
Mm, um, For me, I learn a lot sourcing. I mean, like I said, I love clothes and I feel like I'm always shopping. So I kind of had a good knowledge of brands. Um, but yeah, just outsourcing, look up comps, and I also, I mean, haul videos. I hate to say it, but I learn a lot that way too.
So, as a dude, the way that I learn grow clothing is on resale sites. So, I'm on the Real Real, I'm on Shop Material Style, Shop Material World. I'm looking at what other resellers are selling because I want to get an idea of what's on trend. They've already done the homework to find out what people are looking for. So, I just want to sell the same things as them. So, when people ask me what should they sell, I always answer what is already selling. So try not to like reinvent the wheel and try to invent something. I've done that my entire life. It's so hard comparing compared to just buying what's hot. Like no one's like, how can I sell all this Gucci? It's like not a thing. Everybody wants it. It's very easy. All you have to do is properly list it. You don't need good pictures if you have good items. You don't need good descriptions. If you just put literally Gucci flats, you'll get hundreds and hundreds of views because people want it, right? So you need to find the best items. And for girl clothing, I would look at those lists. And if you go to the Real, they will tell you what they reject. Don't buy those brands. If they don't want it, you shouldn't buy it either because they've already done the homework to figure it out. So Michelle's asking you, Lindsay, are you now profitable enough to support yourself? And if not, how long before you think you can?
I mean, I would say I'm not profitable enough to support myself completely. To be honest, my boyfriend pays all the bills. And I mean, I pay like my student loans and everything else that I want throughout the month, but I do have to take money out of my eBay account to like pay bills, and I don't like to do that, but I mean, I kind of have to. Like I said, I mean, if I get to 1,800, 2,000 listings by like July, August, hopefully by then I'll be making $1,000 a week profit, and then that'll be a full-time income for me.
Okay, so I got the math for you. Do you have a pen?
Yep.
Okay, so if you want to do $10 an item, then you need 2,000 item store.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2,000 item store, $10 profit per item. It's going to be right there, and it's kind of the opposite. If you have $20 profit per item, then you would need only 1,000 items in your store. So a little bit different on the criteria, and I recommend trying to do maybe a little bit of both because I want to meet you in eBay Open, and you're like, I'm now making $1,000 a week. That would be awesome, right? So you should mix it up. I think try to do half shoes because most shoes will be a $20 profit or more, especially if you know what you're doing. Then the other half, other stuff. So you can have shoes which are $20, regular clothing that's 10. So then you'll be at $15 per item, and then you can be at 1,500. So those three things are if you're gonna do only shoes, your life is going to be mostly driving.
Yeah, probably.
And if you're gonna go to mostly $10 items, your life's gonna be mostly listing. So those are the two eBay lives that I have seen. Sandy Towers, it is the Real. That's a consignment shop. So they're one of the biggest resellers in the world for luxury goods for women. So I would check them out. But I want to when I meet you, that's your goal. I want you to be at $1,000 a week when I meet you at eBay Open. You can do it.
I can do it. I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it. And then at that point, she'll be making $1,000 a week. And most people, unless you live in California, can get by on $1,000 per week. And also, one more thing that I think is interesting for you, Lindsay, and I'm going to challenge you to do this, is I would like you to set a goal of, let's say, like $2,000 a week. And the reason why I want you to do that is because in real life, I'm like a C student or B student, like not in school, but in the game of life. I feel like it never goes as planned. So that's why I set my goals so high so I can fail and still be doing just fine. I want to do 10K on the Bay, but 10K on the Bay is like 60 grand a month. That's way more than I need. But just trying to think that way, it pushes me out of my comfort zone. Every single day I'm uncomfortable, and I've gotten used to it. And I actually feel more comfortable trying to push myself than just staying still.
Yeah.
What's up, Trish? Do you find that higher ASPs take longer to sell? Let's ask you. What do you think? More expensive items?
Well, recently, since I've been able to find higher price items, I find that they sell faster because those are usually more in demand. I mean, not like super high, but like
way faster, way faster. Yeah. So yeah, Trish, don't. So my general rule for reselling is very controversial, but it's try to at least double your money and try to spend $20. So that's scary because at the thrift store, $20 is a lot. That means you're buying their primo stuff, right? But it's going to sell. If you spend $20 on a jacket that's worth 100 or 80, you can discount it to 60. And if you panic, you can sell it for 35 and still make your money back and right away. But if you buy something that's $20 for $1, and you panic and you need to pay your bills, you might not even be able to sell for $199 plus shipping. I've seen it and I've tried it. I have items in my store right now that are $199 plus shipping, and they don't even have watchers. So people don't care. How much money would you need to buy merchandise to get 1,000 per week? In my opinion, I think you need 15 grand. That's just me. I think if you have 15 grand worth of, and you buy stuff worth 75 grand, so spend 15 for stuff that's worth 75, at least 50. So 50 to 75,000 for 15. That's going to produce 2 grand a week revenue. And 2 grand a week revenue is going to be hopefully a grand profit. On the low end, 3 grand revenue produces 1 grand profit. So just do your own math. Depends on what you get your stuff for. There are some magical people who sell everything for 30 and above and they pay $1. I'm not one of those magical people, so I'm trying to get that margin up. But for me, it's much easier to buy more expensive items. Capitalist American, that's a crazy username. Do you list and listen to YouTube?
This is bad, but usually I list and I'll have TV on. I've been trying not to. But yeah, sometimes I'll have like an audiobook on or a YouTube video. It's never like silent.
What kind of TV you think? Shows? Series?
Yeah, like Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Awesome. No, I think that's great because reselling can be lonely, and you can also catch up on. I mean, I've watched full series more than one time. Like I really like Narcos, so like I'm just into watching a whole series while I list. I think it's fine.
I mean, I feel like I get distracted and it takes me way longer to list. So when it's not on, I can work faster, but I like to have it on.
So the productivity hack that I have seen work really well for people is listening to the same song over and over again. So for example, instead of taking 2 to 3 hours to list and listen and watching 3 episodes of something, you could just listen to Eye of the Tiger for an hour and knock it out and then watch TV in peace for 2 hours. You could. That's just like one way of doing it, going really hardcore and relaxing, or just relaxing the whole time and taking a little bit longer, or doing both. The one awesome thing about being a reseller is you can do whatever you want. It's your life. You can organize it how you like. Oh, yeah, that's true. So Miggity Mike is asking, how can I do Narcos because it's in Spanish? I mean, I like to listen to it in the background, so I'm not really watching it. In fact, like Stranger Things, I knew I would get addicted to, so I just read the cliff notes online and skipped it because I was like, I'm gonna get sucked in. I'm busy right now. Let's see. Do what works for you. Agreed. So, let's see. What would you recommend when hiring an assistant? So, that's a good point. You didn't mention that you would need your helper for shipping at all. Is that something that you don't mind doing?
I mean, right now I'm only doing like 5 to 6 items a day, so I don't mind it. I mean, for the most part, everything is packed in clear poly bags, so I just put it in like the eBay poly bag, which doesn't take very long. So, I mean, if I was doing like 50 a day, I'd probably want someone to do it for me, but I don't mind if it's like 10 to 20 would probably be fine.
Have you tried a wholesale lot before?
I have not.
Does that interest you or does it scare you? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I want to. If I know what I'm getting and I know I can make a profit on it, then yeah.
What about I'm asking you so many questions. This is the last question. So, how do you feel about making your own line of stuff? Because I think you have a really valuable opportunity to do a lot. You can have your channel, your YouTube, your eBay, your Instagram, and your Poshmark all be the same handle, which is very exciting because it can all mesh together. And off of that platform, if you sell women's fashion, you can actually launch your own products. So is that something that down the line you think you're comfortable with, like your own line of clothing or your own makeup line? Is that something that you feel like hopefully it evolves that way?
If I had my own line of anything, it'd probably be shoes because that's my favorite. I probably wouldn't come at it from the reseller direction. I would probably more promote it on my beauty lifestyle channel. And if I had a large following on there, that's probably how I would do it.
Got it. I literally just changed my channel so I can serve regular people, not resellers. So sorry, reseller friends. I'm just trying to do a little bit more marketing to regular people because I would like to use this channel to sell stuff. So I'm moving more towards your normal people. That's why I switched to daily refinement because I want people to improve their lives every day instead of comparing yourself to everybody. Just work on you every day. And I think that you can, yeah, just for me, I agree with you. I do not want to sell anything to resellers. That's not my jam.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to do maybe a t-shirt through the Amazon merch eventually.
So, one more question, and then we're going to call it a day. So, Capitalist America is asking, what would you recommend when hiring a listant locally for doing listings? This is what I recommend, and I recommend this for Lindsay too. Even though she's not hiring somebody right now, I would like her to write an ad. So it's like, hey, what's up, people? Of what's up, people of Alabama? I'm looking for somebody to help me with my eBay store. And the thing is, she's going to have difficulty writing it because she doesn't know exactly what she needs help with, right? So she'll be like, okay, help with listing, help with photos, and I'm just getting started. So don't have an exact frame here, but maybe you can come on Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and we'll work it out. And this is the valuable part. People will say, I don't know what that means. Can you be more specific? How do you take your photos? Am I going to be doing it on site? Am I taking it to my house to list? What is it? And then each time she writes the ad, she'll get more and more clear on what it is that she needs. And you need to write like an instruction manual because it's really good that you're kind of OCD on how you like to do things because that means the person that helps you in the future, it's much easier for them. If you don't care, then it's very hard. It's much easier for a person to execute your strategy.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I would probably be revising all their listings at first and making sure they got it right.
But then you'll have a list of how you want them to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's call it a day. Why don't you tell people where they can find you, and I'll put your channel in the description below.
My channel name is Lindsay Holland, and my Instagram is Linz Holland Resells.
Awesome. So I'll link those up. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Everyone, subscribe to Lindsay's channel. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.